Welcome to Newswatch tonight. Hoping you had a lovely day today. It's my pleasure to bring you news that made headlines today. My name is Melissa Oduor. On the sign language is Boniface Muredi. Newswatch begins now. Now, President William Ruto has dismissed critics who accuse him of overpromising and taking on too many challenges at once, saying it is an intentional move to match the country's leadership with a national ambition. Speaking at the Nairobi Securities Exchange NSE, the president dismissed the opposition's calls for his resignation and the one-term sloganeering, saying they should give a counter plan that is issue-based. He has urged the opposition to offer Kenyans alternatives to the development plans, pointing out that his plan is working well and has stabilized the economy, as shown by key economic indicators, including low inflation, the stable shilling, and increasing foreign exchange reserves.
And I hear my brothers and sisters say, let Ruto go, then we will figure out. And we will tell you what is the alternative plan later. We cannot tell you now. To me, that sounds like the wash conmanship. If you seriously have a plan that does better on the economy than I have, that does better on health than I have, that does better on creating jobs than I have, that does better on education than I have, you should be bold enough to tell us. One term, Kasongo, Ruto must go, is not enough.
Now, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has chided President William Ruto for shifting blame to various entities, including the clergy, for the challenges facing the country, leading to nationwide protests spearheaded by Gen Z youth. Speaking during a dinner engagement with the Kenyan clergyman in Chelmsford, USA, that was attended by his spouse, Pastor Dorcas Gachagua, Gachagua said the country has sufficient intelligence to uncover the problems facing it, adding that he will endeavor to listen to Kenyans as one way of winning the 2027 general elections. On her part, Pastor Dorcas rubbished those opposed to her accompanying the former deputy president and said she will continue supporting the truth.
And as he supports me, I also support him. Together with my children. There is nothing else. He's the head of our family. And I don't know what anybody has a problem, a husband moving with his wife. For Jehovah God says they shall become one flesh. And they will be with each other, and they will be naked, and they will not feel ashamed. So what is the problem with me and my husband? There is nothing wrong with my husband being with me and I being with my husband. That is the divine law.
Everybody in Kenya knows there's a problem. Instead of listening to the Gen Zs, the issues they are raising: abductions, extrajudicial killings, corruption, misappropriation of public resources. President says, no. These people have been incited by Rigiji and Uhuru. You know, the president does not know the problem in Kenya. He has given 7 reasons so far. He's a very confused person, extremely confused. When the Gen Z's protest started in 2024, he said it was my deputy and Uhuru. They are the ones who have incited people. He stayed after 3 weeks, he said no. It is the NGOs and the civil society. He stayed after another 4 weeks, he said it's for the foundation. Do you remember? The other day, he said it's a church. Okay? He said the church, you know, they are the ones who incited people, church leaders, nini.
The National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has assured the National Cohesion and Integration Commission NCIC of the government's support to ensure it discharges its mandate effectively. Addressing the chairperson of the National Cohesion and Integration Commission NCIC, Dr. Samuel Kobia, and members of the commission who paid him a courtesy call at Parliament buildings, Wetangula said Parliament will continue supporting independent institutions and constitutional commissions such as the IEBC through legislative strengthening to enhance the commission's capacity. He has meanwhile urged Kenyans to support the newly inaugurated IEBC to discharge its constitutional obligations, especially in preparations for the 2027 general elections. On his part, Dr. Kobia thanked the National Assembly for supporting the Commission and urged Wetangula to hasten the passing of the NCIC 2014 bill, which aims to strengthen the NCIC 2008 law.
This is the amendment bill on NCI amendment bill. Because it was enacted in 2008, then it was reviewed in
pending from 2015
and then
since 2014 is in this house.
That's right.
Unless there is any extraneous militating factor, I should have it done within this session before we close for December.
That's really,
I'll take it out.
Yes. That's what Peter said. What you said is what should happen. People should give support
to
IEBC.
So as Parliament, we will support NCIC in every way possible, in terms of budgetary allocation, in terms of strengthening the law if there's any need for such a thing to be done, to enable you discharge your responsibilities and play your part in keeping Kenya together, keeping Kenya peaceful, and keeping Kenya at peace with its people and itself.
Now, 3 cases of the highly contagious Mpox flu have been confirmed in Kakamega County. Confirming the cases, Kakamega Governor Ferdinand Baraza said the 3 were detected in Chekalini Ward, Lugari Sub-County and have now been isolated at home together with their family members. Baraza has called for vigilance among county residents against the spread of the disease and urged residents to go for screening if they experience any symptoms of the Mpox flu, formerly known as monkeypox. He has meanwhile announced the deployment of county rapid response and public health teams to sensitize residents and mitigate against further spread of the disease. Doctors at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital and Uasin Gishu County in Eldoret have issued a 14-day strike notice. According to the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentist Union KMPDU, they have been forced to go back on strike due to several outstanding issues, among them salary arrears, lack of medical cover, and failure to implement a return-to-work agreement. The salary arrears are estimated to be at 200 million shillings. In a media briefing in Eldoret, KMPDU Secretary General Dr. Davji Atela insisted that their members will down their tools starting the 6th of August unless all their demands are fully met.
14 days' time, your doctors will leave the hospitals, not because they don't love you, but because the management of Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital has chosen to prioritize tenders over the health insurance of our doctors. Just keep it in mind that the doctor who is treating you cannot access the services that they are giving you. We've sung this song a long time, and KMPDU is not in the business of manufacturing papers for people to sign. We will not sign anything more. What we want to see is money in the banks of these doctors, and they deserve it.
That the arrears that are owed to these doctors must be calculated and paid and indicated to them within 48 hours. We have also discussed and indicated that Uasin-Gishu County must rise up and give these doctors in Uasin-Gishu dignified medical insurance. And the promotion agreements of last year, May 2024, must be implemented because the county is in contempt. So we have said that because we are going to go on strike on 6th of August 2025, essentially we have issued 14-day strike notice that in 14 days, if these things are not done, then MTRH management that is said to have received kickback from First Assurance must get away with the insurance company on how to handle patients at the hospital.
Solidarity forever. Our Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has commended Nakuru City for surpassing 840,000 registrations into the Social Health Authority (SHA) and called for full onboarding of all health workers to sustain progress towards the universal health coverage. Addressing the press, Duale reiterated that primary health care is free in all public, private and faith-based medical facilities and urged those being forced to pay for the services to report so that action is taken against the facilities. Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika, on her part, said the Regional Cancer Center located in Nakuru caters to patients also from neighboring counties and lauded the ministry for ensuring patients can access affordable medical care. Ushirika Wema Foundation has today commissioned 2 boreholes at the police training campuses in Embakasi, Nairobi County under the Environmental Restorative Initiative Kuzingatia Mazingira Yetu. The project is part of a larger agenda to support tree planting efforts across the country. Vivian Kerubo with that story.
In a move aligned with President William Ruto's national reforestation drive to plant 15 billion trees by 2032, Ushirika Wema Foundation is now addressing the critical need for water to sustain newly planted trees. Today, the foundation commissioned 2 boreholes at the National Police Service Embakasi A campus and GSU Embakasi B campus, offering a lasting water solution for both tree nurturing and community use. Speaking during the event, Ushirika Wema Foundation Chair Madam Tessie Musalia emphasized the importance of sustainability in environmental restoration, stating that access to clean water is essential to tree growth and community resilience.
To date, as Mr. Kagisha of RFCG has mentioned, they have, with our partnership, successfully sunk and handed over a borehole in Kiganjo Police Campus in Nyeri. Another borehole at the Utawala School awaits its commissioning at a later date. Today we hand over 2 boreholes, one which we already have done at the Administration Police Campus, and now we proceed to commission the one at the GSU campus. Investing in clean and sustainable water aligns with Kenya's Vision's 2030 blueprint for equitable development and also His Excellency President William Ruto's reforestation agenda. This project reflects our broader national commitment to improving the welfare of our security personnel as championed by the government's police reform program.
To safeguard such water infrastructure, the National Police Service has established a dedicated water police unit tasked with protecting water supply and sanitation assets from vandalism and misuse. Inspector General Douglas Kanja underscored that such initiatives are key to supporting training institutions and enhancing operational readiness while upholding the rights and dignity of police personnel.
To support the protection of these vital resources, the National Police Service established a water police unit. The specialized unit is tasked with safeguarding water-related infrastructure under the Ministry of Water, sanitation and irrigation from vandalism and theft of water supply and sanitation assets. We all appreciate that water is a critical resource for human existence. For the country's socio-economic development, and as a security agency, we also understand the insecurities and conflicts that can emanate from competition for the limited water resources. We have witnessed this in various parts of this country. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, as the Inspector General National Police Service, the welfare of personnel is one of my key priorities. Hence, these projects are timely and will go a long way in ensuring that our training colleges are supported in delivering their mandate to train staff to the highest standards of competence and integrity and to uphold human rights and dignity as enshrined in Article 244D of the Constitution.
With boreholes now in place and trees already in the ground, the Kuzingatia Mazingira Yetu campaign continues to water the roots of sustainable development, one campus at a time. Reporting for Newswatch, Vivian Kerubo.
Let's take a short break now. We will be back with the day's business news. Don't go too far.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
We are back with the day's business now. President William Ruto has presided over the bell ringing to kickstart the listing of Lindsay Finco 003 Trust, valued at 44.7 billion shillings. The asset-backed security at the Nairobi Securities Exchange marks a historic first for Kenya's capital markets and a milestone in innovative infrastructure financing. The proceeds of the listing will be used to underwrite the ongoing construction of the 60,000-seater ultra-modern Talanta City Stadium, overseen by the Ministry of Defence through the Kenya Defence Forces KDF. This is in line with the government's plan to explore newer, less costly and innovative financing mechanisms for strategic national infrastructure projects. Speaking at the ceremony, President Ruto announced that the government will list Kenya Pipeline Company shares at the Nairobi Securities Exchange subject to capital and parliamentary approval. He said the listing of the state corporation is necessary to eliminate inefficiencies and raise the standards of governance. If approved, KPC will join Safaricom, Kenya Electricity Generating Company KenGen, and the Kenya Commercial Bank KCB as some of the successful state-owned enterprises to be listed. To sports now, Harambee Stars have resumed training and tactical preparations even after confirming their withdrawal from the CECAFA Four Nations tournament, which was scheduled to take place earlier this week. Kenya had been drawn to face teams like Tanzania, Senegal and Uganda in the CECAFA mini tournament, which was seen as a key opportunity to test the team's depth and readiness. Despite the setback, head coach Benny McCarthy is pushing ahead with plans to keep the squad sharp and focused ahead of the upcoming CHAN tournament.
We think very highly of ourselves. We want to have the best preparation for CHAN. We want to be ready for CHAN, and if we were to continue in the tournament, I think it would have set us back majorly. Probably losing players to injuries because the conditions was just not favorable for us to work in an environment where we'll be able to keep all our players fit and to play at the highest and the best level that we expect from ourselves. So because of those reasons, we felt that it was probably best for the safety reasons for the players and the well-being of the players. For everyone involved in the squad that was there, that it was best just not to participate and to come back and to have the best possible training last bit of camp left that will give us optimize our chances, because the group that we're in it's a group of death, and if we're not properly prepared, we're gonna have shortcomings, and people will ask questions. Where we were meant to train was really not ideal, and we were gonna basically have 7 days there and have 2 days of good training session and 5 days of looking at each other, high-fiving each other, and then hoping that we'll be able to come back and compete and do the best that we can.
As Kenya's national women's volleyball team embarks on their campaign at this year's Women's Volleyball Championships, head coach Geoffrey Omondi has issued a candid call for improvements to the country's training infrastructure. Omondi says the team's preparations have been heavily compromised by the lack of quality facilities, a challenge that continues to handicap Kenya's chances on the international scene. Now, with the tournament just a month away, the team is bracing for fierce competition in Group G, where they will face world volleyball powerhouses Germany, Poland, and a rising Vietnamese side.
It's unfortunate that we are using the facilities outdoor, but we will plead with the government to also consider these national teams, the two of them, the under-20 and the senior team, who are going to represent Kenya in the World Championship, for the facilities. Currently, almost all the indoor facilities have been handed over to CHAN. So this is not a best training condition for us. So we are pleading with the government and the Ministry of Sports to consider us as well, because we are representing the country as well.
And Venus Williams has become the second oldest woman to win a WTA Tour-level singles match by beating Peyton Stearns at the Washington Open. 45-year-old Williams overcame the world number 3 and fellow American Stearns, who is 22 years her junior, 6'3", 6'4" in the first round. Now, she's the oldest woman to win a singles match on tour since Martina Navratilova at the age of 47 in 2004. Seven-time singles Grand Slam winner Williams, who gained entry to the tournament via a wild card, had not played since March 2024. Williams, who won 14 Grand Slams in the doubles alongside sister Serena, last won a singles match in August 2023. And that's how we wrap up Newswatch tonight. Thank you for your invaluable company as we brought you news that made headlines today. My name is Melissa Oduor. On behalf of Boniface Moredi on the sign language and the entire production crew that made this possible, have a good night.